So yeah, of course, y2 minus y1 is 100. 100 is not less than 0. So this particular case will not be taken care. And this will be taken care for this, for the other way, right? So whenever you're going with from here to here and here to here and here to here, right? So whenever I'm coming from here to here, this will be my y1, and this will be my y2. So this, of course, is 200. Sorry, 300 is lesser. I mean, 300 is lesser than the 400, right? So there, in that condition, I'll be interchanging it. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just interchanging it. That's it, right? Yeah. Coming back with the first case, x1, y1. So y2 minus y1 not equal to 0, of course. So I'll calculate the x slope. X slope is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. I get some slope value. That means I get the slope value, because I need to create a right angle triangle over here in order to deal with the slope. This slope is this m. I mean, this m will be the slope, and this is the value which I'm finding it out. All right, if y2 minus y1 is not equal to 0, then you go with this particular case. If not, you go with this particular case. All right, so once you go with that, you need to check out. So what is my main aim here? My main aim is I need to calculate the slope. Once I calculate the slope, all the array elements of this particular points in the slope will be equated with something. Equated with something means, what is that x value of it? What is that x value of it? It will make a note of all the values of x. It makes a note of all the values of x. That means these point coordinate values it will put into left edge. This value it will put in the left edge. If in case, if it is on the other side, if x is greater than right edge, my right values will be put up with all the x values. Okay, that's the only way here. All right. So here x will be calculated if y2 minus y1 is not equal to 0. If the condition is very simple. If my y values are both at the same place, where to calculate the slope? Right? If my value is the case of equal to 0, if y1 and y2 both are the same, then both the points are at the same place. Right? That doesn't make sense. So if it is this, then you can go with x2 minus x1 for the slope. And yeah, most of the time this will be the case which it will take, because nobody draws a line with x and y at the same place. Nobody does that, right? Or my line will be a same case, right? If my line is on the x-axis, what will be 0? The slope itself will be the difference between x1 and x2. Y will be obviously 0, right? So that's one case which we have to be very careful whenever we're dealing with this program. All right, so for I equal to y1, I equal to y2, from y1 to y2. So what does it say? From whatever y we have from here to here, from here to here is what you need to calculate the values. So you're filling the values now. So if x is lesser than left edge of I, if x is less than left edge of I, what is x? X is slope. Sorry, x is x1 initially. X1 value as 200. Is 200 is less than what was the left edge of I? Left edge of I was 500. Left edge of I was 500. So that 500, x is less than 500, of course, yes. Then if that is the case, left edge of I will be equal to x. It is starting from this point 200. It is starting from the point 200. So initially it comes back. Is in my case, is x greater than right edge? That means is my x, that is 200, greater than what is right edge of I? It was 0, right? Is 200 greater than 0? Yes. So right edge will also be equal to the same 200. That means that is the place where it needs to start. Then you add x equal to x plus x slope. What is my slope? Because this value is done. I need to climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up till where? From y1 to y2. Climb up from y1 to y2. So each value of these values, whatever you have, those value will be put to the left edge and right edge. All right. So I hope I have made it clear. I'll just make another image here for your easier understanding. So what we are doing is we have this point. This is what x1 and y1. So similarly, what about this? This is my x2 and y2. So my first case is I'll take this x. Okay. Altogether, all my left array will be initialized with 500. All my right values will be initialized with 0. Okay, is 200 less than 500? Yes. Put this value, this array value of initially with 0 as 200. All right, so next, for the first location and also for the right one, it will also put the 200. Right, you get some slope of x2 minus y2. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, you get a slope. Then add that slope to it. To which value? To this 200 value. Then you get the next point. This point you check out. Oh, is this value lesser than 500? Yes. So whatever the value which you get, that slope value plus with 200, it will be put up to the first location. Similarly, that value of if my value is greater than, for our case it is not at all taking, so it will start filling, not filling, it will start recording these information into my left array. Similarly, the same thing will happen for the right edge also. Okay, so this code is what is doing, it is filling the values. All right, so once it is done, it will know all the values of x1, x2, x1, x2, x2, x3, x3, x4, x4, xy, x1 again. All the 4 points it will calculate, right? All the 4 points it will calculate. Once it calculates, then it is very simple. I need to draw a pixel at each and every point. Which are those points? Those points are nothing but your left edge and right edge value. From left edge till the right edge, whatever you have with the I value and with respect to the Y value, we'll need to print it. Very simple. So how does this happen? We will go to the draw pixel, then slowly we'll go to the draw pixel. Here it has to fill with the yellow color. There is no more a yellow color. Let's make it as a red color so that it will be filled very beautifully with that color. So GL begin with GL points and GL vertex 2i. That is, it is taking x and y, whatever you give over here. All right. So GL end method, it will end with that, and also it is in a main loop. What it does here is it prints it again, and again. Right, we'll run this program. So as you can see, it will first create a rhombus with blue, and it starts filling the red color in it, right, one after the other. Right, so it starts filling. It moves from left to right. It goes from left to right, starting from filling from left to right. That's the only time which it is taking more time. Right. If you enlarge here, this is how exactly the filling is happening. All right. So this is scan fill algorithm. What it does is it scans the left hand side of the edge. If it is an edge, it will mark it, and also scans the right, it will also mark it, and straight away it will create it. All right, so yeah, first what you need to do is you need to detect the edge. Once you detect the edge, initialize with the values. Once you initialize with the values, so later you will be dealing with it, and you will be filling with those values. All right, so you can also take this example to work out with your example lab programs too, and also for the projects too. You can use it. Another one, so if I'm no more using a rhombus, if I'm using a pentagon, or if I'm using a very simple application of triangle, right? So let's see, this is my x and y value. So this will be my 0 and 0. I'll be starting from here. Let's assume that this is 50. Right, so this is 50 with x, and this is 100 with x. So similarly, this is also 50 from X, Y, and this is 100 from Y. So if I want to draw a triangle, I'll take 50, that is 50 comma 50 for our first sketch. Then I'll make this point as 75 with X, 75 with X and 100 with Y, and again 100 with X and 50 with Y. So you get the values of these, that calculate the X and Y, and you can also deal with it, right? So for that, what I'll do is I'll just take out the fourth one, and I don't need this fourth value also. So even X4 is not needed. So okay, for filling the values, so then, this 4 value is not needed again. Okay, what are my X1, X2, X3 values? So it was 50 and 50 and 50. Then X2 was 75. X2 was 75. Then what was our Y2? Y2 was 100. And what was the X3? X3 was 100. And Y3 was again 50. These are the 3 lines which we are doing. So we are creating over here, and I think everything is the same. We'll try to run. So we should see a triangle. Okay, here. Scan fill with the rhombus. Okay. Okay, where is the scan fill method? Scan fill method. Here it is. These values are not required, and scan fill over here is Y2, X3, comma Y3, right? So we'll save it, we'll run it. Let us see. Okay, we had something, and it started filling, right? So it started filling. So this is how exactly, it's not only with the triangle, or it's not only with the rhombus. I think I have taken it as a pretty small image, but still, I hope you people got to know the gist. This is how it fills. And I think that's it from my side for today's session, and enjoy your sessions.